Hi, everybody, and welcome to Momentos con el Tango. I am Abel Bernardo, and we are here in the beautiful city of Chicago. Chicago is a beautiful city, and we love tango. And today we have a special guest that comes from London. Momentos con el Tango broadcast directly from here to all over the world, and we feature artists, musicians, dancers, and it's a great show. So I hope you enjoy our interview today with a special guest. Her name is Iro Davlanti-Lo. Like I said, she lives in London. She has an amazing career. And here is with us. Iro Davlanti-Lo is a prominent figure, and basically what I am going to say is amazing. She's a figure in the Argentine tango world, known for her dancing, fashion design, and teaching. She's a founder of Davlanti Tango Couture, a leading tango haute culture brand in the UK, and co-founder of the Argentine Tango School in London with her husband, Adrien Bariki-Alaoui. She is also a tango ambassador for the Embassy of Argentina in the United Kingdom. Wow, that's quite of a resume. I love it. How are you?
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are all nervous because this is very important interview. To interview you from Chicago to London for us, it's really a privilege. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm very happy to be with you and share my tango path with all of you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Abel.
Well, it's a pleasure, really. We want to know about you. I understand you are married with a great dancer. His name is Adrian. That was here in our show. How are you guys doing over there? Do you have a lot of shows together?
Yes, the funny story is that we're not married, but sometimes we call each other this way.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, no. We have been together and living together for around 5, 6 years now.
Oh,
But
okay.
the person who first called us as a married couple was Sebastian Arce, and to many people it has stayed in their mind. So some people call us husband and wife, which is very funny, but also almost true because we are planning to get married. So
Well, that's very important. So he's your fiance. That's
yes,
good.
something of this way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. So, well, that's very important. And tell me a little bit about right now. Are you having a lot of shows? What are you doing at present time? You also teach, which is
Yes.
good in that school that you have. That is amazing. Many people talk
Thank
about it.
you. So yes, with my partner, we have a school in London. So this is what we usually occupy our everyday life from the evenings onward to the night with group classes. We have group classes every day, and in the weekends, 4 group classes per day. So the school is running quite in in a quick rhythm, I would say. And during the day, we have private classes and we're doing admin with the computer. We're trying to organize our other events that we are into. And I am making also the dresses that you refer to for myself and for other ladies. So we keep our life
Well,
very busy.
well, that's great. Yeah, your dress is that a dress that you designed, the one that you
No,
have on?
this one, no, I found it in a thrift store.
Oh, well, it looks fantastic. Yeah, but
Thank you.
I,
Thank
but
you
you
so
you
much.
you you'll have to show us more about your designs. I think it's great. That shows your creativity. You must be a very creative woman. Tell me about
Thank
your
you.
beginnings as a dancer. How did you start dancing? How old were you?
So that's a very fun story. So when I was a girl, when I was 5, 6 years old, I used to be super, super shy. And my parents would dress me with very cute dresses, so I would go very well dressed to kindergarten. And I wouldn't be one of those cool girls, but I would be very quiet in the corner doing my thing. But I was very early on interested into boys in the class, and I was interested into dancing, so I would dance a lot alone. And I saw tango in the television, in the movies, and in some dancing shows, for example, like So You Think You Can Dance or Start Dancing with the Stars. And I thought it was the best and most elegant combination of having a dance and boys at the same time as a kindergarten girl.
Good
So,
idea. Good idea.
yeah. I asked my mom, she said it was too early for my age, that tango tends to be for older people and it requires a certain level of maturity. And at the same time, there was a ballet school that was opening in our neighborhood, super close. And I also loved ballet, so I started with ballet and capoeira. They were also offering capoeira classes. So I started 5 years old, these two activities. And I continued ballet until when I was 16, 17 years old. And after when I came to study in London, was still taking some classes here in the Pineapple Studios. And in the meantime, as the years were passing by and I was growing to primary school, I started taking even more dance classes like Latin and ballroom, modern dance and contemporary. I also did in a festival African dances. I was in a group of the Greek dances from my school,
Hmm.
and I was performing there. So I was early on into the world of dance. Um, when I entered into primary school, my grades were not great, and my mother was very worried for this.
Hmm.
So she was pushing really for the school and to make everything okay with mathematics, language, history, all of these classic subjects. But somehow, when I was in high school, I had an unlock, and school was way easier for me, and I was getting very easily good grades.
Hmm.
And therefore, my mom became a little bit more relaxed about pushing for school. And one day she took me to a theater with tango, and I loved it so much. And since she knew I was okay with school, she said, "Okay, now I can let you start tango." And that was when I was 15. I took 1 month and a half of group classes, but then the tango school closed for the summer. And from September, I continue with a few private classes here and there. But I would say I mostly evolved in milongas.
Hmm.
And I would say that at the moment I'm separating my life from before tango and after tango. Tango has made such a big difference in who I am, and it has completed me into the person I want to be. Um, 15 years old, I'm still in high school, so there's a lot of insecurity with the other peers, with the
Hmm.
school teachers, with the pressure of the exams, with what are we gonna do in life, what are we gonna study. The clear hierarchy to the authority of the school and the teachers, and somehow was more afraid of the older people. And I was sticking just with people of my age. Um, and I was always super shy. For example, even in group classes at school, I would sometimes know the answer of the question of the teacher, but I wouldn't raise my hand just of how shy I was to speak in front of everyone. But then with tango, since I was 15, everybody was older in the class. I met people that have moved on with their lives. They had like normal jobs. They were talking to me about how it is to be in the office, what it is to manage their account, their house, everything. And I really got way more relaxed about school, not in the way that I shouldn't study, but I wasn't afraid of it and panicked about it. And I became way more confident. I was able to speak to the people I wanted to. I was able to speak to to my teachers more comfortably, and it gave me all the tools that I needed to unblock myself. So it
Sounds
was a
good.
big moment of my life.
No, I can see the tango, it transforms lives and people. And You were mentioning that you were very shy when you were a kid,
Yes.
and not anymore, eh? That's for sure. Not anymore. And I congratulate you. I think that's you are the living proof that we can improve. And tango has a lot to do with that, and music and dancing. It's good that you started at a young age, because starting dancing at a young age, for the from the coordination point of view,
Excuse me.
helps a lot. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, excuse me.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, what I'm saying is when you start at a young age, any sport, any dancing incorporates to your brain, in a way that everything becomes more natural. There are a lot of people that they dance tango when they are 30, 34, 50,
Yeah.
even 60, but they will never dance like a younger person that started dancing at the beginning, because the brain grows until we are, I think, around 20, 22 years old of age. And so that's why you are such a good dancer, besides that you have a natural talent, obviously. But here I have a great question. One of my friends here in the studio asked me to ask you this, because this is so important. You are the only woman, you are the only woman in history
Mhm.
to win the European Championship twice. What does that achievement mean to you personally and professionally?
Yeah, the year that I won the championship, the two European championships in Milonguera, it was quite a crazy, busy year. Personally, it almost doesn't show me much. The only thing I think it talks to me is that I'm going to the right direction and that what I'm doing is working, but I need to keep doing it even more and maybe look of the extreme of it, and after practicing the extreme, going back to the level I can control. Um, but I would say professionally it matters more because it's something that business-wise the organizers can
Hmm.
find a good reason to call me and name me in once they do the announcement in front of the public. So even ourselves in the organizations we have in London, we invite maestros, which that they have achieved so many things, but it's very easy promotion-wise to just say, "Oh, they are the world champions," and that's it. Well, maybe they have done even way more important things than that, but this is something that speaks easy to the people. So it's a great promotion for me in the tango industry. And
I
personally,
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, it's like if you are a gold medalist, to you a tennis champion or soccer champion like Messi, for example. The doors open. The doors open immediately, and the fact that you were twice, no, twice champion of the European Championship, that talks a lot about yourself, about all the time that you spent training, because it's hard to be a tango dancer. It's not like you just stand up and dance like this.
no,
No, you need to think about it, make your own
yeah.
choreography, or coordinate with your partner. And you will explain me more about pretty soon. But now I have another question. Somebody wrote this. You were called the Maria Callas of tango. How did this comparison come about? And eh? How do you embody lyricism and drama in your dance style?
So I love Maria Callas, and she has been a figure present in the videos or films I was watching from early on in my life. And I would say in the way opera was what was giving life to Maria Callas. Maria Callas was living for opera. I would say I live for tango in the same amount, if I may
Well,
say.
there is a parallelism between what she was living for and you. That's very interesting.
Yes, both opera and tango, it's an art form that is that its beauty is in its emotions. and I think once the focus is there, the sky is the limit. And Adrian, my partner or husband, as you want to call him, he also loves Maria Callas a lot. So actually, he was the one that gave me this name for the first time, and many other people have used after that.
Well, that's great.
Mhm.
I love it. So you started dancing just 5 year old of age and studied nearly 15 dance styles. How have these different styles influenced your expression in Argentine tango?
Ooh. So, first of all, it's very important to have gone through different dance styles because not only it trains the body moving in different ways and with different aesthetics, but also you get different sensations in the mind. And I think sometimes tango is very easy to confuse with a dance that is more strict and way more structured, and you have to be straight and only the legs moving. But I think tango is way, way, way more alive than this. And I think this is where all the influences from the other dances that has activated a lot my upper body, not only my legs, come to tango because I my aim is when I dance to tango when I dance tango to be dancing with my entire body and giving emotions to my partner and emotions if I'm doing a show to the public with all of myself, not just with a leg or just with the frontal embrace, but even my ears can give emotions to my partner. So
Wow.
everything is alive. And of course, practically wise, ballet helped me very much with flexibility, so I was able to work on my openings very early on. But I would like to refer also to a little bit to the background of of the family I'm coming from because I think it also played a very big role on the way I have formed my dance. So all my family are architects,
Oh,
both my parents and my brother, me included. That's what I studied.
oh. Hmm.
The wife of my brother and my cousin. So I grew up in the environment of a very visually heavy environment. Everything was about observing very, very well. And I became very sensitive to lines and aesthetics and coherence, beauty, compositions, harmony. I remember my mom would take me to a lot of museums. Sometimes it was tiring for me as a child. And when I was a teenager, then I had my revolution on this. But anyway, I got many things. And she would always spend some time explaining me the history of the paintings and why the composition is so great. And my parents were training me to be a visual artist, to draw or to do sculptures or to do videos or to do architecture, but I'm the only person in performance arts in the family. So I was trained early on to draw very well. And I think the way, after being stimulated by so many visual elements,
Mhm.
um, it was um, a very rich experience for me to draw everything that I had in mind with lots of emotions and combinations and going from realism to completely surrealism. And I hope that I have also applied these different artistic forms in my tango. So sometimes I might dance in a bit more direct and realistic way, or sometimes in a completely surrealistic way. And as I dance, sometimes I also have paintings in my mind that inspire my movement. So the visuals and the movement come very much together in my dance.
Sounds great. Here you have a message. You have a message here from Corey Oxar. Go Iro, go Iro. And a good
Thank you,
applause
Coral.
and some hearts to you. Thank you, Koray. It's like Oxar instead of Oscar, no? But is he a
Yes,
dancer?
he's Turkish.
He's a
He's
dancer?
Turkish. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
great. Greetings from here, from our studios in Chicago, Koray. I hope you're doing great. Here we are with
Welcome.
Iro Davlanti, a great dancer, champion, I would say. A great performer. And we are going to show, before we continue with more questions, because really we have questions from us, from the audience, that they want to know more and more about her. So now we have a video dancing with your boyfriend. Okay,
Or
very
husband.
good. Your future husband. Let's go. Muy bueno. Very good. Excellent, excellent. I love it. I love tango. So I become very emotional with tango. And when I see, yeah, you dance really well both together. They are amazing dancers, Adrian. And you
Thank
have
you.
such a good coordination. Everything is like you move to one side, you move your leg this way and the other way, and everything it looks so natural, coordinated. One little mistake, everything is so perfect. Congratulations, really.
Thank you.
We love it, and people here in the studio, they are telling me great show. Thank you. Yeah, of course, we always do great shows, guys. But let me tell you, so I
Yes.
have more questions here for you. You have redefined the role of a follower in tango. What does being a follower mean to you, and how do you bring power and creativity into that role?
Wow. Um, so I would like to think that in a high level of dancing of tango, there is no leader and follower. There is a person that is mostly responsible for the structure of the dance,
Mm-hmm.
and a person that adds on the structure. It's like we have the the concrete structure, and then we put the interior design with the chairs and the walls and the lamps and the colors. That would be the comparison in architecture. Um, Both roles are super, super, super important, and that's why it's very important that one person learns both roles. Um, so I like to think that when I dance tango, I'm not just a result of my partner. It's not that the partner has in his mind a forward ocho, and therefore I do a forward ocho with his lead, because that would be too direct, almost too boring. I'm gonna say a little story. I was studying when I was studying in university. Um, I was asking a lot of help from my brother since he had already finished in a very high level university with very good marks. He could help me very easily. And I couldn't understand the teacher, and sometimes I wasn't agreeing with him, and there was a bit of frictions, I would say, in a nice
Mm-hmm.
way. Um, so one day I decided, okay, I'm gonna do exactly what my teacher told me. Exactly, I wrote it down. Next day, I come to the tutorial with my teacher. I do exactly the same. And he sees it and he says, I don't like this. Why did you do this? I don't like this and this and this and this. I went to my brother and I was like, oh my god, this teacher doesn't make any sense. I was younger. And he tells me, yes, because someone is bored of listening to his own ideas. They don't want to see their own idea. They want to see how this idea speaks to you and how you have extended this idea. And they want to see something different. So I would say it's the same. Like I move this from my right to my left. I know exactly the result. It's too direct. But what if I move it into one direction, but on its own it does something else on the way that interacts with my forces? So I think this is already way more interesting, and I would like to think that that's what I do in the dance. Of course, combined with lots of emotions. I think this is the key to tango, and this is what I put most of my focus on. That the way I react to the response to the idea of the leader is filled with a story, is filled with care and love and emotions and empathy, and is not just a physical. Oh, you go to the right. I'm gonna go to the right, but with tiki tiki.
So you
Let
have
me
to be
put here the weights.
you have to be connected with the person. And what about if
Emotionally,
you are emotional? What about if you are not? I mean, let's say you have to dance with somebody else that you don't know and you are not connected emotionally. How do you do it?
it doesn't exist.
Ah,
It doesn't.
okay.
It doesn't exist to not be emotionally connected.
So you
Because
have to be emotionally connected, even if it's not if you are dancing with somebody that is not your boyfriend.
oh yeah, 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 I have to be emotionally connected very much.
Try to be emotional
So
in order to have a good performance.
performance or a tanta in the milonga, I'm talking even simpler.
I understand.
So it doesn't mean that all the leaders I dance with are super famous and excellent and or
Hmm.
champions. Or sometimes there are people that are social dancers, good people. So these are, I wouldn't give them less care to the way compared to a famous dancer. They're still human beings. I'm still gonna give everything I have to them, everything that I can offer to the embrace. Then in their technique or in their mind, the level of sensitivity may vary, but this won't take away that I will try my best to fill them with may I say tango,
Hmm.
and share a big piece of me with them,
I
no matter
understand.
the level.
I understand. No, it's very interesting. It's very interesting how the mind and the body is only one, and you have to, and the spirit is present. We are all one, and we have to, when we dance tango or when we dance, we have to connect with ourselves and with your partner. And you are doing a great job at that. There is no doubt about it.
Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. So I have another question, and then we are going to show more of Iro Davlanti-Lo dancing. Here we are. Here's tell us, yeah, something that you mentioned before. Tell us about Davlanti Tango Couture. How did your passion for fashion and architecture merge into creating one of the leading tango haute couture
Couture.
brands? Sorry, it's hard for me to pronounce it, but
No problem.
explain to us this, because we love fashion, so we
Thank
want to
you.
know more about it.
So since with my family, I was early on trained in the visual art forms, and my mother especially was taking very well care of the way I would dress to school. So let's say 2012, around this time, 2007, around those years, the fashion was t-shirts and jeans. Um, Sometimes I would just go with dresses and black tights and ballerina shoes at school with necklaces. So my mom played already a very important role to be sensitive in fashion. And she would take me for shopping a lot, and we would share a lot of ideas and compare what is sold to the shops, to high fashion houses. Um, so when I was a teenager, sometimes I was taking 3 hours to dress to go to the milonga, and to go to the school. My mother was waking me up at 6:30 instead of 7:30, just because I
Wow,
had to decide what to wear every
three
day for.
hours.
Yes,
It sounds like a lot of time. We
exactly.
guys, we get dressed in 5 minutes. Maybe we put a pair of jeans, a little shirt, and we go. But
Yes.
now 3 hours. I understand you had to, especially European women. They spend more time putting makeup, um looking at different type of shoes, if the nails are beautiful, and the lipstick and all that. My wife is from Poland. She also likes to dance too, and I could see she has a special place where she has all the things, for makeup and everything.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like all the European women. I like it. I think women should take care of themselves. Maybe this is something that is happening a little more in the United States, but it's more characteristic of European women than American. But of course, here they are very big, important companies that they sell makeup and fragrances and a lot of things. And obviously, we are in a country with 300 million people, and uh, some people are in fashion and they want to take care of themselves, and some women they don't. They just don't take care of themselves. But it's their choice. Everybody is different. But I like your style. I like that you take care of yourself. I like the fashion. And talking about fashion here, we talk about this and this and this and that. It says you have designed dresses for legends like Geraldine Rojas. What inspired your designs, or how do you balance functionality with elegance for tango dancers?
Okay, so the two questions are combined. So I will finish a little bit what I was saying before
Yeah, please go
and
ahead.
connect it to the next question.
Sounds good.
So my mother was sometimes telling me, "Oh, why don't you decide from the previous night what to wear next day?" And I couldn't, because each day is different. I wake up in a different way, in a different mood. I feel differently on my body, so I need to wear something that fits specifically on the context of the moment. And this is something very important for tango, because since it's such an emotional dance, um, the clothes need to reflect those emotions. And apart from practically being able to be comfortable and being able to dance, open the legs as much as you need, not being getting caught on the heels, for example, in the video you showed, which was an experimental dress. I was in a very particular mood when I made this dress, but I didn't know about the problem with the laces and the heels at the time. I was more inexperienced. Um, uh, so what I wanted to say is that for the past year that we have been performing a lot. At some point we were performing every single weekend, and my aim was that I have a different dress for every single performance, which would be affected to the location, uh, in, in the sense of the venue, but also the city and the country that the performance would take place. The energy of the organizers, in what mood I was in my tango, which songs would we dance, and in which stage I am with my partner, if I had watched a movie or listened to a story that had inspired me. So in every show, the dresses are quite different because they reflect the moment I was feeling when I was making them. And for me, preparing for a show, one of the biggest methods of preparing for a show for me is making my dress, because exactly as I connect the dress with emotions, I try to visualize what is going to be the moment when I enter, when I'm going to feel the crowd, when the light is going to fall on my face. I try to feel this moment and feel what would be the dress that would reflect my emotions and um, all the surroundings the best.
Sounds great. You know,
And
you are the only tango dancer that talks about this. You are very unique. I tell you the truth.
thank
Most of
you.
the dancers, they just buy the dress. They don't worry about it. Some of them, they even
Yes,
have a makeup artist that works with them.
yes,
But yeah, of course. But the dress is so good that you are into fashion. You know, I think it's
thank
very
you.
important. You know, go ahead, go ahead. We keep listening because you are very interesting.
Thank you. So, um, Geraldine Rojas, yes, she was interested in having a dress for me, and it happened that we have a similar style in fashion wise. Hopefully, dancing wise, it would be an honor. and and she tried some of the dresses of mine, and then we worked something together. So at the moment, she owns two dresses that I have made, and is again to make a dress for her. I look at her videos, I study her body, I look at her body movements, and the dress needs to elongate the lines that her body naturally has. So it cannot be just it looks good
Mhm.
generically hair. It needs to perfectly fall on the light of who she is and the way she
Hmm.
carries it. Um, and yes, I've also had a dress recently done for Lorena Tarantino as a very, very different project from Geraldine Rojas,
Wow.
and some other ladies as well.
Well,
Yes.
that's fantastic. Yeah, I think it's you have to have talent for that to be a fashion designer. So you have a brand in your line of clothes that you're selling or producing?
So at the moment, I'm taking custom-made orders, so people can contact me directly on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I have been trying to make an Instagram page for some time, but so many orders came from Instagram directly to my personal page that I didn't have the time to focus on
Wow.
the Instagram page of the brand because I already had work without it. But slowly, slowly, I'm gonna focus on it as
And
well.
you produce them or you have people working for you?
No, no, no. I do everything from
You,
buying the fabric to
and,
designing it, pattern
and
making it, packing it, photographing it, modeling it,
wow, that's a lot
everything.
of work. And you, on top
Yes.
of that, you have to do training for your dancing, prepare. I don't know how you're doing, you know, but I
Me
think
neither.
you, yeah, yeah, it's incredible. And you have to cook too.
Yes, that's true. I also
Hey,
cook.
well, Adrian must be the happiest man alive.
I'm also very happy with him. I'm also very happy with him.
That's very important. Very important. Well, what about if before we continue, we have a few more questions. We will see you dancing again because the people love how you dance and they need to see you. And let's go and see this particular video that I like it. One, two, three, go. Bravo, bravo. No, spectacular. Spectacular. Yeah, what I am saying. And sometimes I make Spanish with English, although I live in America
Está
for
bien.
35 years. And my English is not perfect, as you can see. I have accent, and it's very hard to get rid of any accent. And I am not planning to, especially after
Good.
so many years. No, because accent is good, you know, makes
I
you more
agree.
more sexy, more interesting, you know,
I agree.
like
I agree completely.
yeah, well, that's great. No, I think you guys, you are movie stars. You and Adrian, you look like
Thank you
you were
so
in a
much.
movie or something. You could be in a movie.
Thank you.
And talking about that, here it is. Beyond dance and fashion, you have also directed films about tango. What stories were you hoping to tell through cinema, and how did you do that, or how did that experience shape you?
Well, okay.
Sorry.
Um, so first of all, I would like to share how the idea started. For my final year, my fifth year of university in architecture, I was quite tired of the classical structure of a project that is about a park and you organize the trees and the benches and a pathway and then little building that it's a museum of something. Well, I was going a bit more crazy and especially my tango was growing a lot. So my project of the university was talking about the beauty of imperfection, also shown in a space. And instead of making drawings, which is classical architectural drawings, I decided to build an installation, which was 22 square meters and it was 2 meters and a half tall. And it was all wooden, and it was like a maze that a person could climb on different levels and hang from different pieces of wood and crawl on the floor and hide in corners and stretch on bridges and hanging elements. It was a bit of a crazy space. And always my idea was that I will create a tango video within this space. But well, with the pressure of university and it was with the competitions of tango and deadlines and life, the video that I wanted didn't happen. And one of my best friends here in London is called Marta Denito Persone. She works on film. She's a film director,
Oh,
and we decided to work on this project together and to use this space before I have to take it down. To use this space to make the film that I was dreaming to talk about uh, the beauty of tango and the beauty of imperfection and how imperfection is part of what makes tango complete in an embrace but also in a visual form. And we worked on a little story that we built together, and then we had a crew and we had lots of students that were part of it and dancing on the film. And it's actually the film um, happens in a world where touching is not allowed
oh,
by law. And we got the inspiration of this because in UK, in many schools, the children are not allowed to touch other children,
I
even when they
understand.
play. Teachers are not allowed to touch other teachers, and teachers are not allowed to touch children. Nobody's allowed to touch anybody. And I thought that was quite interesting compared to my childhood in Greece, that we were all touching everyone and playing with everyone. And I think if people grow up in a young age not touching each other, they will immediately get afraid that if they get touched is a sign of danger, while touch can also be a sign of love. And a film is how a person realizes no, that following the law actually doesn't work for her well-being, emotional well-being, and then she goes find a friend that she has been against the law, hidden in this place, which is my installation, the wooden installation. That there are people dancing tango and making their own mini revolution against not the law of not touching each other. And then it was how tango can spread to the entire world and give the message to of its beauty.
Sounds great. Tell me the name of the movie or the film because I would like to watch it,
So,
and I would like our audience to watch it too.
so at the moment it's going through the process of the last editing details. Then it
Oh,
has to go through the music. It's not out yet. We were in between two titles, Dear Tango, comma, and the other title was Below the Surface, and we chose Below the Surface, so that would be the title.
Below the Surface. Well, that's good. I
As
love
in,
it, and I would like to watch it. I would like to watch it. And you are dancing with Adrian.
sorry, I'm dancing
You
with.
are both dancing together with Adrian. Adrian, your boyfriend.
Actually, interestingly enough, no. Adrian is dancing with another character, another main character of the film.
Oh,
There are two main characters, two ladies, and their job is acting, so they are very good at it. I am not an actress, so it will take some time until I learn my lines and then I'm also able to act them. So Adria dances with another lady and I appear in some shots, but I was happier to be behind the camera and to decide about the frame and the shots and the light and allow also my visual art training to go through this work.
sounds good. Is this a short film or a full
It's
feature
a
film?
short film. No, it's a short film. It's 20 minutes.
Oh, sounds great. And they are going to present it in some film festivals, I suppose.
Yes.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, let's see you dancing one more time, and then we have few more questions, and we will have to say goodbye from Momentos con el Tango here in Chicago, the city where it's very common to have a lot of wind. That's why we call it the Windy City, Chicago, the
Yes.
Windy City. And I hope one day you come here to visit us with Adrian and dance for us. There are so many places here, but the best would be to put a show here in Chicago, something very professionally done with musicians. I think that will be great because there are a lot of people that love tango and some that they don't have a clue about tango, and you have to show them what tango is about. So let's go and see you one more time. Bravo. I feel like I am in the place. I don't know what's the name of that place, but I felt like I was part of the audience.
Sorry.
Yeah, was so nice. Yeah. Oh wow, that's fantastic. Talking about your clothes and many other things, I was reading the comments yesterday about many of the dancers that they participate, and yours too. And sometimes they criticize some women. They criticize the way some dancers they dance with the type of clothes that they dance. Like for example, one day I think they had a comment about you that you were dancing with shorts, and the other one that, oh, that clothes they are not for tango, and this and that. And I don't answer to them. I Because I'm not the dancer, so I wanted to ask you if you can speak for yourself. I feel that there are some people that they don't like when a woman shows their back or their legs, and they are kind of, wow, what is this, I mean, she should go to the beach or something, instead to dance tango. What I am saying is that
Yes.
what I am saying
The
is
classicals.
it's not me. I love it. I really love it. I love tango, and I love everybody, and especially when the women they dance very well with beautiful outfits. It shows their curves, their body, their sexist side of, and their personality. So, but I would like to know what you think about it. How do you answer to these people that they criticize the way you dress sometimes?
So first of all, especially in social media, it's very normal that many people say their personal opinion, which might they might like what they say or they might not like, and nobody can agree about something. And not everyone they can agree on something. That's absolutely normal. This is good actually because we can have a variety of opinions and people, and we can become richer rather than be surrounded with people that have the same opinions. I would just like to share a little bit on my path in my fashion within tango. Before I started making dresses for tango and I was a social dancer, I had just started teaching for a school here in London. I was very, very strict in the way I was dressing up, and always it was a skirt just above the ankle, black tights, super traditional.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't like to see anything that is not that. I wouldn't like to see anything that is a bit more flowy, it had to stick perfectly on the body. And I would maybe be the one that I was criticizing other ladies for wearing different things, thinking of myself younger, let's say, and more immature. Now the years have passed, and I think tango is something very superior that is more connected to the emotions rather, as I was saying before, rather than to the outfit. And um, I want to feel free on what I'm going to wear and that it represents me. So sometimes it might be something a bit more rock, sometimes might be a little bit more hippie, or sometimes more classic, sometimes younger, sometimes more grown up, so many different styles. In any case, some days I feel more powerful on the legs. So, in the shorts, me wearing shorts or uh, skirts that are small, um, they make me feel even more powerful on my legs. So it completely changes the psychology of the dance. And I give the intention of my energy in a completely different places. And I want to have these different experiences. I don't want to limit myself with the same feeling on what I wear. And I would advise to everyone to, even as an exercise, to wear different clothes and see how this affects their dance.
That's a very good advice, and let yourself go. Don't be afraid, just let it go, let it be. If you want to do use small short skirts and show your shoulders. There is nothing wrong with that, but that's my point of view and your point of view. But I think people need to go through a transformation, and some people, depending what was their environment when they grew up, maybe they have some rules, culture that restrict them from losing, becoming more expressive, I would say, or showing how they feel about it. But don't, I just wanted to know because there are these comments sometimes that they appear in the internet, and I don't answer them because I'm not the dancer, but they bother me because I am a person that if I want to wear a hat today, I wear a hat. If I want to shorts. If I want to wear this way or the other way, I will. I don't have a stereotype, and some people do. So maybe that's why it's hard for them to see a beautiful lady wearing nice outfits. So
Just to add a little small something,
yeah.
the first person I saw wearing short skirts was Geraldine Rojas and
Uh-huh.
Andrea Rechero. And at the beginning, I thought it was super weird and it doesn't make any sense. I also felt like it doesn't fit the tango image, but since the year have passed, I think it shows exactly what they need to show their power of legs. It's not about being sexy. It's about being impacted by the way they touch the floor. So I was also inspired by this, and I think at some point I tried just shorts out of the visuals of Geraldine Rojas.
Sounds great. Sounds great. We are moving on. We are almost there, and getting closer to the end of this fantastic interview. We passed 1 hour, so that means that this is very interesting. And you guys, you be patient. We can always divide this interview in many parts, but the most important thing is to know the artist, to know the dancer. And here we are having this opportunity to meet a great dancer, one of the best dancers in the world, tango dancers, Iro Davlanti, that not also only has a background in tango, but also um she graduated from a prestigious architectural association in London. And tell me, how do your background in architecture inform your approach to dance, design, or teaching, or influence your approach to dance, design, or teaching? You explained that before, but if you want to add more things about it.
So before I go to university, I knew I didn't want to be an architect in my life. I knew I wanted to do tango before even my first year of university. So I went to university first of all because it's the socially correct thing to do, especially for a Greek family.
Hmm.
Children go to university after school. And also because I wanted to prove it to myself that I can do it, that I do have the principles and the structure in my mind to complete something from beginning to end and not just stop things in the middle and not have like the complete circle of education. I would say that because I didn't like architecture, I I gave all of my love and my time and my passion to tango. So I was doing as minimum as possible to architecture and all the rest was tango. And however, what I was seeing in the university, different projects, different people, different way of thinking, I think has influenced my dance a lot, and it was has made me define a little bit more of what I like and what I don't like, which can obviously change in the future, but there was quite a good definition already early on. And I felt that the university was full of people that are very smart, but at the same time, they focus on the practical result and the precision of a technical detail that maybe might not be so important to the whole. And I felt many projects were emotionless. They didn't convey any actual change there was no proposition for a change to make the life of the people better. It was more of like, oh, we build a building here to and we put some trees, and then with the words we're making it feel like it's a very good thing. But I feel like tango was so much more impactful than a fake student project. And I was trying to bring the energy of tango to university and see how all the things that I didn't like on university, avoid them and not take them into tango. And it made me realize how important is the connection between the people and not working alone and stressed on an office with a computer like a maniac, but also
Mhm.
include the surroundings of what's going on. Um, in different settings with different personalities, different interactions, and put them into the dance or put them into an architectural project. Um, our university also taught me to stay strong and keep doing something I don't like, no matter what, just for the principle of finishing it. And technically, it also helped me a lot to learn a lot of computer programs of design that now help me a lot in designing the posters for the school and doing the videos in Premiere Pro and Photoshop, Illustrator, and design. So this was technically very helpful.
Yeah, that's great. Well, there is always a reason why we do things in life. Everything is a chain of events. If you look at you 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and if I look at my life too, everything I didn't understand why I was studying something. But now, like you said, I am also, proficient in many software programs and all that. And I think I never understood why I was interested to use them. But finally, everything comes together, and suddenly you find um the way to connect the dots. And in your case, it's very useful because you have a school and you produce a lot of material and for your school, for your students, and for your company, and that's great. I love it. I think
Mhm.
it's so important as a teacher of or instructor of tango. They call it maestra or teacher or instructor in central London. What do you focus on when teaching private classes, and what do you hope your students take away from working with you? That's for the students that they are
Yeah.
going to watch this video.
Mhm. So I would like that the students take have a strong experience, something that they will mark them, something that will make them rethink their choices, their path, their job, their personality, their relationship with their family or people they had to fight with. Um, and I I would like to do this through the embrace. I love to embrace people and to convey healing directly with contact and less with words. So I want to make them see how tango can be so important to for a person's life, and it can keep the sanity and the well-being in the mind, especially in London where everybody's so busy, so busy and stressed. Um, so for example, in the technique class, I split the 1 hour and a half into three sections. So I do a big embrace and different ways of embracing and how someone can convey emotions or a story or a life path to another person. Then I do some part of technical elements that are directly to the muscles and to the body and the structure and organization of rotations or movements. And at the end, I do something that frees the spirit more, which is a little
Mm.
choreography, which focuses less on the quality but focuses more on like doing something with belief and expression. And even if you fall, it's okay, and you move on and you finish and you feel proud about yourself. So I would like to think that it's a big path within the class that goes through different experiences.
Well, it sounds good. I would like to be in one of your classes with you and Adrian because must be one of the teachers, the best teachers in Europe. I know a lot of teachers. Here we had Andres Sautel, really good dancer, Laia Barrera, who are in, one is in Sautel is in Germany, Barrera is in Rome. And it's so good that you guys are, even if you are not Argentinian, you are basically passing the torch to students that they are going to become great dancers in the future. And thanks to people like you, the tango is still alive. Long live tango. So here we have another question for you. Looking ahead, looking at your future, what dreams or projects are you most excited about, whether in dance, design, or beyond?
Okay, I have too many dreams and projects. Uh,
Mhm. That's
Sometimes I
great.
get worried that my life is not enough to achieve even half of them. So, and just to say that I am very lucky to have met a partner that allows me to dream with, and I can think of all these projects and ideas coming truthfully true at some point and not just being in my mind, with a good cooperation of each other with my partner Adrien Bariki-Alaoui. But moving on to what exactly are my projects, I would like that apart from making custom-made dresses for special orders for ladies, that I also do a line for within with the factory, so I can give dresses and hopefully also clothes for men as well, and also accessories in the future with codes, tango codes. I have lots of inspiration about tango codes and jewelry in the future to people that not necessarily have given their life into tango, but do enjoy dressing up in the milonga and wearing something that represents them. Um, Apart from this, apart from the brand, I would like that we create more films about tango, that the school becomes bigger, so more and more people dance tango here in London, maybe around the world, in case the school grows in different locations. I would like to have a dance company that we produce shows. Here I have been very, very inspired by the West End productions, that their budget is incredible and everything they do is incredible. Well, it has been through a lot of tests, so of course it has to work very well. And I would like to bring tango back here in West End. Luis Bravo did it with Forever Tango, but I would like that is done again more in a permanent show. And something more difficult, well, it involves a lot of politics. I would like to put tango into the schools of UK for children,
And,
because since I told you here in the schools touching is not allowed, it's very easy for the children to connect touching with violence. So I would also like to show them a different way that touch can be used, with love and care from one person to another, and the
yes,
way that they can cooperate with each other. But also, tango has this beauty of a very clear structure. It's not like salsa that is a little bit more free, I would say. Tango is very good also for the mind and for the brain, so I think for the children would be a great, great exercise. At the same time, of course, I want to have children, I want to have a good family, I want to become a grandmother. Well, it's a lot of projects.
well, you are very young. How old are you now?
24.
Wow, you're super young, so all your dreams will come true, Iro. Well,
Thank
this
you,
has
thank
been,
you.
yeah, of course, it will. And you have such a positive energy. I can see your aura around you, a lot of positive energy. I can see the aura of people, and your aura is very bright and has a lot of energy. You radiate positive energy, and you are going to be not only famous because you are already, but you are going to be very successful and very happy. You'll have family, you'll have kids, and a great future will be in
Thank
front
you.
of you. and Adrien, a great guy that you met in this life. He's an amazing person, and we send him a lot of regards. We are happy that he connected me with you, um, and I think we are all here in the studio very happy to meet you, to know Iro Davlanti-Lo, who today has been here with us. It's a great privilege to see you, and we hope and we wish you all the best in this
Thank you
year
so
and the next ones. I don't know if I will be able to travel to London one day, but if I do, I will let you know, guys. It's very
Yeah,
hard, you know.
come and stay with us. Come and stay. We can stay together
Oh, thank you.
in
I
our
will tell
house.
my wife, but
Yeah.
it's going to take now. We are going to Spain now for a trip
Oh,
pretty
very
soon.
nice.
But basically, yeah, we traveled to London. I love London. It's a beautiful city. I was standing next to the Big Ben, and I couldn't believe I was there. And I
Yeah.
have a story about it. I was standing with my wife next to the Buckingham Palace, and we were all dressed. We looked really good. You know, we were younger, and then there was a party. They There were two guys over there, you know, that they were getting in. I don't know, the very famous people. They were going to the king's party, and they asked us if we wanted to go, and we
Oh,
said we are not invited. so
wow.
so so I don't know if they would kick us out. So we were tourists in London, and no, we didn't go. We didn't go. I regret it because maybe it was going to
You
be a
should have
nice
gone.
opportunity to meet the queen and the king. You know.
Yes, yes, that's true.
That was many years
Wow, what
ago.
an experience.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was incredible. I love London. I love Europe. I like Paris. Whenever we travel, we enjoy very much. And but thank you so much, Airo. I hope you have a wonderful days.
Thank you. Thank you
And
so
that
much.
has been everything for today, everybody. This is Momentos con el Tango, directly from the city of Chicago. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to Iro Davlanti channel.
No.
Before we go, tell us how people can contact you and your school in case they want to, if they are in London or maybe outside of London, if they want to go to school and learn tango with you and Adrian.
So the best way would be through Instagram. Uh, so the Instagram of the school would be the Argentine Tango School. It has a black and white logo. And for myself, it would be Iro Davlanti-Lo Tango. So they can contact us through there. And if they want through WhatsApp, there is some posters posted on the Instagram of the school that include the phone number, which would be the WhatsApp of my partner.
Sounds
If they
good.
would like
And
to.
sounds good. And you can send us information. We will include it in the description of this video. I
Amazing.
think
Thank you so
that
much.
will be great. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
And
so much for the invitation, and I really value how you want to help the tango community. And if you understood from my dreams, also is all about spreading tango and helping people through tango. And you are part of all of this, so thank you so much.
definitely, I was born in Buenos Aires. I love tango. I like to support tango singers, dancers, musicians, and more. And that's what we are doing. And thank you. It has been an amazing interview. I hope you felt comfortable. I
Yes,
know you
very
were
much.
nervous at the beginning, but you did a great
Yes, I
job.
was.
Look, we have been talking for more than an hour. It's incredible. Well,
Wow.
now it's time for you for dinner and for me
Yes,
for lunch.
yes.
Have a good time in London. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
invitation, Ken. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you too. My pleasure.
Thank